Okay, we got 15 minutes and 58 seconds on this one. Yeah, it's quite interesting because I'm thinking about so many things about the society, about people, who gets rich, who doesn't, and what it even means, and all of that. It's circling back to the same situation that it's the main issue is that not only people who are suited for positions are not getting that, but also people who definitely are not are quite thriving in life. And I'm curious about the reason behind all of that. I read a lot of successful people, historical figures that interest me, and the pattern seems repeating over and over and again that you find a common enemy as for whatever. Maybe it's just a fictitious enemy, or it's just actually an kind of anonymity and anonymity of hostility going on, or is it even apparent kind of hostility of ideology or something, and you just attack them non-stop. And it has always proved to work in history that you have a common enemy for a country, that you band all of the people together against them, and you have a war. And the philosophy of war is not to destroy or expand your sovereignty. It's not to destroy an enemy or expand your sovereignty. It's just to prove stability for yourself. And not only it maintains the uh, growing population, and you lose a lot of soldiers in the battlefield to keep the balance of population going, but also you also have this common enemy that every fiscal problem, political divergence, and everything has to band together against them as us. So, and this happens fascinatingly in any kind of scale. It could be global, it could be rural, and it could be even individual. And in the individual aspect of it, you have people like Mr. Beast, who is a nobody, and to get attraction goes for the head of most prominent person in the industry that he is trying to infiltrate, and is PewDiePie. And what I love about Mr. Beast's approach is that he knows he's gonna be exposed for it, so he doesn't even hide it. You can literally go on his YouTube and he just bashes PewDiePie, and after the algorithm picks that up, he literally starts going full in on the war on PewDiePie. PewDiePie this, PewDiePie that, because it's just a name. It's not anything. The same thing happens with Eminem. The moment he literally goes into the scene, he attacks everyone, name drops every single person who is more prominent than him in the industry, just to get attention. And not the attention for the actual fucking dopamine dump of it, but attention, and as a form of giving awareness that such person exists in the world, such talent, such pedigree of a person exists, and people don't even know about his identity or anything. So he latches onto the already established kind of rule that there are so many people against it, and he just makes a flag for the war that is already scatteredly going on, anyways. And it happens like so many times that I see even fucking Dostoevsky. Dostoevsky saw himself as a Russian prophet and was mocked for it. And he literally attacked Tolstoy because Tolstoy was an established figure, and he just said, "Okay, I'm the better Tolstoy. I'm if he is the Russian kind of literature representative, I'm the Russian prophet. I'm literally above him. And look where all of those people are. And for me, it's like it's taking the war to another level. That I don't give a fuck about fighting one person. I I literally fight all of the representations of these ideologies that I literally irk to. And one of them is like notoriously, I hate fucking Kafka. I don't give a fuck about like his writing. I don't give a fuck about like his canon kind of status or whatever. And even the bestsellers I know that literally keep praising me to the oblivion and back. I just openly tell them, hey, I fucking hate Kafka, and I don't fucking love Kafka at all, because his main problem is that he goes against my own kind of identity congruency framework that I have, that and it's been kind of scientifically is gonna be proven or has already been proven that you are the sum total of your identity. You can always shift it, but it's just more work as more intertwined with set kind of principles of identity that you are. You can change it every time, but the more ingrained in one identity you are, the harder it's gonna be to change. And in the practical aspect of it, let's say you have been top 10 or top 2% of everything in your life, in your let's say 30, 40, 50 years of living. And at 51, you face a newly uncharted territory that you have no prior knowledge in. And your odds of surviving or thriving in that kind of niche or sub niche is basically zero. But you go inside with the identity of a person who has been top 2 or top 10 in everything he has touched congruently in his lifetime and consistently. So, in his mind and in the actual situation, he starts as the person with the confidence level of his identity, and he has actually more likely the opportunity to succeed in that newly uncharted territory rather than not. And that keeps happening with every domain. And what irks me about Kafka is that he literally destroys that fucking identity, because he literally fucking sees himself as worthless and then writes about it and still is in fight with himself, because he notoriously has stated that his illness makes him special. His whatever makes him special, but he literally dies at a fucking depth of despair that he's an insignificant individual. And funny enough, that becomes his trademark to becoming actually prominent in history. So that's kind of like logic I cannot actually identify with, because it's like how a person can see their own value and still be doubtful about it. Sure, it could be imposter syndrome, but sometimes imposter syndrome and what I call empire syndrome, instead of like saying you are not worthy of the world is not actually worthy of you. There are such individuals in history of humanity that the world was not at the time adequate enough to actually accept them. We have it in every single domain. Some fucker had the genetic kind of evolution of 200 years and was ignored for it for 200 years, and after that he's the prominent guy of that kind of niche. And the other aspect of it is the gamified society that we got going on. Everything is being gamified. You literally give the ounce of dopamine to every single person in existence with doing anything. Like this, view this, subscribe to that, and all of that is just a feedback loop of gamification that keeps people playing a game and keeps the game going, other than make people actually think about the whole structure of the game. And my main problem, other than even more than fucking Kafka, is that with the likes of fucking Hormozi, that sure, I can fucking rage bait his name and whatever the fuck, but it goes even deeper than that. This motherfucker is literally perpetuating the fucking mediocrity and the gamified society that is ruling over human fucking potential. That instead of saying, okay, you find your own path, he literally gives you the fucking blueprint to money. And with more people succeeding in his kind of way, it proves the society the feedback loop of that's the only way. You cannot literally, let's say, you cannot actually provide excellence other than fucking through fucking 50 edits in a fucking video. You cannot just record the fucking video being yourself on your fucking toilet and you get the attention of exposure of human mind to another human mind, because the algorithm is gonna bury you. It's just like instead of moving towards a more freedom of identity, we're moving from like to a society that every identity is sealed off, and people who literally are governing the cages are the ones actually thriving. And this is not actually the problem with the society, with governance of society, sovereignty of the fucking people with resources. It's just that some people, some individuals are just perpetuating a rigid system to make it that the rest of the society follows. And because they have the resources, they have whatever the fuck, they get to determine the rules. What I find fascinating is that if an actual kind of person who would value humanity and fucking identity, discovery of every individual, they would just use their platforms instead of saying, okay, I give it a fucking script, I give it fucking copywriting airtight story for people to follow. They literally would go on fucking camera without any fucking edits, any fucking flattery, any fucking flowery fucking language. They would stumble, they would literally stutter, they would whatever the fuck, and they would expose the cognitive ability of a fucking person literally functioning at that fucking level. And they would just say, hey, see, what the fuck am I doing? I literally have billions, I literally have whatever. I did it without pacifying and pussifying myself to the society. I just did this, and the third, and that's it. Instead of going on fucking record with 50 layers of edit, picture jumping from every fucking direction to gauge and engage your fucking 5 seconds of attention span. What baffles me is that we are in the deeply gamified society that instead of fucking human mind to human mind exposure, we have the gamification of consciousness, that instead of raw human actual existence being performed on the stage, we have 5 seconds of 5 hours, 5 hours of 5 seconds TikTok meticulously triggering every single sense of fucking mind that keeps engaged in a span of 5 seconds. And it's like so obvious and so like fucking like it's like so baffling to me that you cannot have 6 seconds of attention, but you chain it together for 5 hours, that you scroll TikTok for 5 fucking hours on every single 5-second video, and you rewatch the same video 50 times because it's 5 seconds. But when you have a content for 5 minutes 10 minutes for just human mind and human cognition on the fucking canvas of a fucking video or whatever, you actually don't make it to the first fucking minute. It's like so fucking fascinating to me that this is the level of gamified society that we live in, and the fuckers like fucking Alex Hormozi are just fucking perpetuating this. It's not about like a common enemy. It's like this motherfucker is literally dampening the human identity in fucking flowery of this sells. But yeah, it's like to wage war on mediocrity itself. I'm yeah, as a nobody, I literally yeah, I say fuck Kafka and fuck fucking Alex Hormozi and everyone else doing that.